Hello there. Hopefully, if you're watching this, you're considering A-level chemistry here at Barclay Academy next year. This is a fantastic course. It's well regarded by employers and universities, and it's one of the gateway subjects that will set you up in good stead for whatever you choose to do when you leave us at the end of year 13. So what's the course about? Well, building strongly on your GCSE studies so far, this course aims to explain a bit more about the world around you and how it works, not just on a macromolecular scale, but also taking real-world applications, real-world events, and trying to explain how and why they happen. We'll also work strongly on developing your skills as a practical scientist. And when I say scientist, it's your ability to follow procedures, problem solve, analyze, and draw conclusions from things that you physically see and do. So, getting into the course, well, it is a demanding course, it is challenging, and therefore we do ask for a 6-6 in double additional science and a grade 6 in maths. If you're following the triple science course, then you obviously have to have a 6 in triple chemistry and one other triple science, preferably physics, but we're not that biased, and grade 6 in maths additionally. The reason for the grade 6 in maths is there is a high focus on calculations throughout this course. There's a lot of maths, a variety and degree of levels, but some of it is quite tricky. And it's really important that you can maintain this all the way through. It begins very early on in year 12 and carries on all the way through to year 13. So why chemistry? Well, it's not just a study of a world on an atomic scale, but it does look at that. What we're trying to set you up with is a list of transferable skills that you can take on to further education or into later life. This is your ability to analyze critically, to design, to problem solve, to work through complicated problems and come out with solutions. It's a very satisfying course. There's lots of opportunities for you to do independent research and work, and it sets you up really nicely for A-level study, particularly the way we tend to approach it. It's suitable for any science-based career, but it's not just based in science as well. Lots of other courses and workplaces do look on chemistry very, very favourably because of the list of skills that you acquire during the course of this study. I will add it is a required subject for any aspiring doctors or vets out there as well. It's one of the courses that needs to be studied. As I said, it doesn't just lead into science-based careers, it also leads nicely into things like law, engineering, accountancy, because of those other skills that you can achieve. And I have sent students to all of those courses over the last few years. So Barclay, well, the big selling point we have really is the small class sizes. In chemistry, this is massively important. It means that we can get to you at least once a lesson and spend a considerable amount of time with you one-to-one, so you feel like you're very supported. And it also means we're more accessible to you. If we're only looking after 10, 11 of you in one go, it means that we have a lot more time for you. The focus of our course is on practical and transferable skills. So we try and prepare you very early for study at university or going into the world of work at the age of 18. And not just on teaching you the course. We try and take it further than that. We pride ourselves on strong relationships with staff. We look after A-level students and we hope they look after us. We form a good relationship quite quickly and we build on that throughout the course of 2 years. We've never really had issues around people feeling unsupported or feeling like they can't come and speak to us over the course of their time with us. As I mentioned already, practical-based teaching, a lot of what we do is based around the experiment and what we can physically see and observe. We've got a large supply of equipment and resources, and we make sure we make use of them. Okay, I would rather do something than tell you about it. I think it's really important that you leave us with a hands-on practical experience, which doesn't necessarily just transfer to chemistry, but also transfers to your ability to do lots of other things as well. And what have students gone on to do? Students have gone on to obviously things like medicine. We're very proud of our students that have gone to medical school, biomedical sciences, psychology, forensic sciences, chemical engineering. If you ask the current year 12s or the year 13s what they're doing, some of them still aren't sure, but this is kind of the places where they often end up going and go on to afterwards. It isn't just these. Students have gone on through my previous schools on things like law, they've gone on to accountancy, they've gone on to engineering, they've gone on to do maths, they've gone on to do all kinds of other things. Chemistry is a subject that pairs really, really well with lots of other subjects. You've got the classical combination, the medical combination there of biology, chemistry, maths, or physics, chemistry, maths, and the synergy between them is quite strong. but they aren't necessarily the only pairings that exist, not the only pairings that work. It does, because of the fact that you have to be quite good at a lot of skills, or certainly end up being good at a lot of skills by the end. It does pair with a lot of other subjects very, very well indeed. And it's certainly one to consider if you are that kind of mathematical, analytical minded student, not sure what to do. I mentioned before it's classed as a gateway subject. That's kind of an old term for it, but it's one of those ones that universities like, and it fits into a lot of categories of the kind of one other subject or one other science-based subject where they're looking for additional skills. And therefore, what to do next? If it's something you're interested in, please do come and speak to me. Any further questions, you know where I am, you know where to find me. If not, my email address is there and I will try and get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you for listening, and do be in touch if you've got any further questions.